The arena was alive. Lights flickered. Fans cheered, but something felt different. A tension hung in the air, a feeling that tonight was no ordinary night. Whispers ran through the crowd, speculation buzzing like electricity. Something or someone was coming. Suddenly, the announcer's voice boomed, cutting through the roar. "Ladies and gentlemen, he is back!" The crowd erupted, some in disbelief, others on the edge of their seats. The words echoed, but there was no music. No pyrotechnics, no grand entrance, just silence and anticipation. The camera panned across thousands of shocked faces. Fans were standing, craning their necks, trying to spot the source of the commotion. Backstage, wrestlers exchanged glances. A few whispered names, but no one could confirm it. Every eye in the arena searched for a hint, a shadow, a movement, anything. And then a figure appeared, not on the stage, not through the usual ramp. They came from the crowd, moving slowly, deliberately, like a phantom walking through the masses. Each step was calculated, each moment drawing tension higher. The arena was frozen, some fans gasping, some screaming in disbelief. "Could it be?" someone shouted. The camera cut to close-ups of fans, faces painted with shock and curiosity. Chairs clanged as everyone stood up. Phones were out, recording history in motion. The air was electric with suspense. This was not just a return, this was a statement. The energy in the room was palpable, fear, excitement, respect, and anticipation all mixed together. Something big was coming, something no one could ignore. Whispers turned into chants. "Who is it? Who is it?" The mystery was unbearable. Every wrestling fan knows when a legend steps back into the spotlight, everything changes. Tonight, history was in the making. And as the figure walked closer to the ring, the camera captured a slow, steady gaze. Every eye in the arena followed. Every heartbeat synced with the approaching steps. Something monumental was about to happen, and the world didn't even know it yet. As the figure climbed the steps to the ring, the crowd erupted in a mixture of fear and awe. Every fan knew this was not someone ordinary. You could feel it in the way the arena shook, in the way the announcers' voices trembled with disbelief. Commentators tried to piece it together. Could it really be? But no one has seen him in months. They threw out names cautiously, but each was met with silence and tension. The figure paused at the top rope. The spotlight hit, revealing only part of their face, shadows concealing the full identity. The ring bell rang, but not for a match. It was a warning. The silence returned, heavier this time. You could hear every inhale, every whisper, every heartbeat in the arena. Fans were leaning forward, unable to blink. Every second felt like an eternity. Suddenly, a flash of movement. Security shifted uneasily, as if instinctively knowing this was not an ordinary appearance. The figure slowly raised a fist. The crowd exploded with energy. Chants started, half recognition, half hope, half disbelief. "He's back! He's back!" Every camera angle showed the tension. Every wrestler backstage was on alert. No one knew how this would unfold. Would this be a fight, a confrontation, or something even more shocking? And then the first hint. A familiar emblem, a signature movement, something only the most dedicated fans would recognize. The whispers grew louder. "It can't be, could it?" The arena collectively held its breath. The energy was building like a storm about to break. Fans were on their feet, some screaming, some frozen. The atmosphere was surreal. No pyrotechnics, no theme music, just raw, unfiltered anticipation. Somewhere in the arena, a veteran fan whispered, "I've waited for this moment for years." The camera caught it all, the disbelief, the tension, the excitement. Every angle told the story. This was more than a return. This was destiny. And as the figure took one final step toward the center of the ring, the anticipation reached its peak. Something big, something shocking was about to unfold. The fans could hardly contain themselves. Phones were raised, social media live streams were blowing up, and every commentator tried to capture the intensity, but nothing could compare to the raw emotion in the arena. "I've never seen anything like this," one announcer exclaimed. "Who is this? What is going on?" Every fan was on the edge of their seat, every pair of eyes fixed on the figure in the center of the ring. The mystery only deepened when the figure raised a hand, signaling silence. The crowd obeyed instinctively. Every cheer died down into a tense hush. Something told them this was bigger than any storyline, bigger than any match. This was history. Hints started to appear. A familiar gesture, a fleeting expression, something in the way they moved. Anyone who had followed their career closely would know. But the identity remained hidden. The suspense was unbearable. Chants began again, louder this time. "Who is it? Who is it?" Fans were guessing, debating, screaming names. The arena was a sea of energy and chaos, all centered on this one shadowy figure. Suddenly, a flash of emotion. The figure paused, looked at the audience, and nodded slightly. Recognition spread through the crowd like wildfire. Some fans jumped with joy, some gasped in disbelief, and others simply stared, frozen in awe. Commentators could barely keep up. "I think just maybe we're witnessing the return of a legend," one stammered. "But the way he's doing it, no music, no entrance, this is unbelievable." Every second dragged, yet felt fleeting. Every moment added layers to the suspense. Fans could feel the tension physically, electricity pulsing through the arena, bouncing from person to person until it reached every corner. Backstage, wrestlers whispered among themselves. Faces pale, jaws tight. They knew the implications. Whoever this was, it changed everything. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, awe, and a hint of fear. As the figure finally climbed the turnbuckle, the crowd held its collective breath. Every camera angle, every shot, every pause was magnifying the suspense. Something was coming, something monumental, and no one, not a single fan, would ever forget this moment. The arena was electric. Every fan, every wrestler, every commentator felt it. The moment of truth was near. The figure stood in the center of the ring, shadowed, mysterious, commanding attention without a single word. Chants continued, some desperate, some joyous. "Show yourself, show yourself." But the figure remained silent, adding to the tension, teasing the crowd, making every heart race faster. Suddenly, a familiar object appeared in their hand, a subtle, almost imperceptible prop, something that only the truest fans would recognize. A gasp rippled through the audience. Hints were everywhere, yet still the identity remained locked away. The camera zoomed in on the crowd, faces filled with shock, tears, joy, disbelief. Fans were screaming names, shouting guesses, but nothing was confirmed. Every reaction added to the drama. Every second was a story. Backstage, veterans of the ring watched closely. "If it's who I think it is, this changes everything," one muttered under his breath. The energy was palpable, like a powder keg ready to explode. The figure's gaze swept across the arena. Fans felt it in their bones. This was personal. This was not just a return. This was a statement, a warning, and a reminder of greatness all in one. And then, a sudden movement. The figure climbed the ropes, raised their arms, and paused, letting the crowd's energy wash over them. Silence returned, broken only by gasps and whispers. "It can't be, it must be," the announcer's voice cracked, caught between excitement and disbelief. I have never seen anything like this. The atmosphere, the anticipation, it's unreal." The figure's identity was still a mystery. Every hint was a tease, every gesture a clue, every pause a promise. The suspense had reached its maximum. Every fan knew deep down that the moment of revelation was imminent, and when it happened, it would be shocking. The crowd erupted once more, chanting and screaming in unison. "He's back! He's back!" The figure raised a finger to silence them, a single motion commanding the arena. Every fan leaned in, hungry for the reveal. Hints were everywhere now. A familiar stance, a signature smirk, subtle nuances only long-time fans would recognize. Yet still the name remained unspoken. The suspense was nearly unbearable. Backstage, wrestlers whispered frantically. "It has to be him, it just has to be," one said. Security tensed, unsure if they should intervene or step back. Every moment was electric, every heartbeat synchronized with the drama unfolding in the ring. The figure took one final step forward. The lights dimmed. The arena held its breath. The camera panned slowly, capturing every face, every reaction. The anticipation was suffocating, a living, breathing entity. And then silence. A moment so heavy, so intense that the crowd collectively froze. Every fan knew the moment of revelation was upon them. Who is this returning legend? The figure's eyes scanned the arena, meeting gaze after gaze, connecting with fans, reminding them of history, of battles fought, of victories earned, of a legacy untouchable. Whispers turned to screams. Chants erupted louder than ever. "Show yourself! Show yourself!" The tension had reached its breaking point. Every hint, every clue, every gesture had led to this. History, suspense, drama, and spectacle intertwined in a single moment. And then the figure spoke. The words cut through the arena like a lightning bolt. "The wait is over, I am back!" Gasps filled the room. The identity was revealed, an eruption of disbelief swept through every fan. The cameras captured the full reveal. The figure stepped forward, every motion commanding attention. And then, finally, the name was known. The original legendary wrestler who had shocked the world with this return was none other than Oba Femi. Fans screamed. Commentators were speechless. Social media exploded in real time. Memes, posts, live reactions. History was being made in front of everyone's eyes. Every fan, young and old, felt the weight of this moment. Oba Femi, a name synonymous with greatness, had returned in the most shocking fashion imaginable. Every flashback, every hint, every clue in the previous sections clicked into place. The signature gestures, the subtle props, the aura, it all made sense now. Oba Femi had returned, and the wrestling world would never be the same again. The arena shook with excitement. Fans chanted his name, their voices echoing through every corner, a wave of pure, unadulterated energy. Legends backstage nodded in respect, while competitors knew that a new era, or perhaps a rekindled one, had begun. This was not just a return, it was a statement. Oba Femi was back to reclaim his legacy, to rewrite history, to remind the world why he was considered one of the greatest to ever step inside the ring. So, fans, remember this moment. Remember the suspense, the hints, the mystery, the shock. This is what wrestling is about: drama, emotion, and unforgettable history. And tonight, you were part of it. If you loved witnessing this shocking return, don't forget to like this video, comment your reactions, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping WWE moments. Share this with your friends and let everyone know Oba Femi is back.